Hey guys, welcome back to Aaron in the Audience. Today we are going to be doing week one of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So I'm just going to be going through some of the shows that I've seen, some of the thoughts that I've got. I'll be doing this next week and the week after as the Fringe Festival is on in Edinburgh, and giving you thoughts and suggestions of some of the shows that I have seen. So yeah. So we'll start off by talking about one of the first shows I've seen, which was Peter Gynt at the Edinburgh International Festival, which was on at Capitol Theatres in Edinburgh. This was a partnership show with the National Theatre of Great Britain and was an adapted play by a writer called Ibsen and his play Peer Gynt, which was a Norwegian play. The press production was set in the 21st century and was written in modern Scots and followed Peter Gynt, who was the central character of this story. The story itself is really about Peter Gynt and sort of his journey of self-discovery. The play begins, we see that he is very different from the people who surround him, and he sort of wants to work out why he is who he is. And the play sees him travel across the world sort of searching for answers, and then in the end, as he dies as an older man, he dies back in Scotland. So the play itself explores a lot of ideas about who we are, a request to know more about ourselves, but also the influence that other people have over our decisions. And the play itself was great. It was 3 hours long, but so at 3 acts and 2 intervals, and it flew in very quickly. The performances were great. The main character was played by James McArdle, who was fantastic. He carried almost every scene that he was in. As you can imagine, a play about him, he appeared often, and he had a great stamina. I didn't once feel him get tired from his role, and his portrayal was spot on, and I very thoroughly believed the story that he was telling. This is on for a couple more days in Edinburgh, so if you get to see it, excellent. It's also going to be running at the National Theatre in London, so if you're down there and you're looking for a show to see, I would definitely recommend it. Another show that I seen, this was on Monday, was The Addams Family by Bear Productions. I'll start off by saying that my opinions of amateur dramatic theatre is often filtered because I'm not the biggest fan, and this is for a number of reasons, not because they're bad in any way. I just love the magic that you get from a full professional production, and I sometimes feel that can be lost. And I'm not saying always, I'm just very cautious about what I see. But that, and it was a very large but, was not the case for The Addams Family. Exceeded my expectations on almost every front, and at moments throughout the show I forgot that I was watching an amateur dramatics Amdram production. Firstly, so The Addams Family, as you probably guessed, is about the Addams family, and this story is a new story for the musical which follows the family, and mostly Wednesday Addams, as she wants to marry someone who her family deems normal. And the story itself is about the two families meeting and interacting, and sort of the parents wanting to separate Wednesday and her love interest. So it's very funny. There's a lot of great songs. So the cast in this were extremely talented. The vocals were some of the best I've heard, not only in Amdram, but better in a lot of professional productions. And the direction of the show itself was great. The director had clearly thought about who his audience were, where the musical was going to be staged, not only the physical location, but also during the Fringe Festival, and the limitations that can have, but also the benefit of performing a full stage show every night for a large audience. All of this added to a very sort of clear and professional vision. So the production value, unsurprisingly for a Fringe show, wasn't up there, but I felt that the cast performances and sort of a direction of the whole compensated for that. The way it was directed meant there didn't need to be large sets or a lot of props. They managed to make do with themselves, which is I suppose what you want when you've got limited resources. So yeah, this show, by the time this video goes live, will have ended its run. It was only on for the first week of the festival. But Bear Productions, which are based in Edinburgh, continue to grow. They've been around for a while. This is the first show I've seen, and I'm very excited to see what they come up with next. And I can guarantee you I will be first in line to buy a ticket. So Bear Productions, congratulations. Be sure to let me know what's on next, and I will absolutely come along. The next show that I've seen two shows on Tuesday night. One was Baby Wants Candy, which is a show I've seen for the last 6 years. And for those of you who don't know, it's a fully improvised musical with live band. So every time you go and see it, it's a different show. You could see it every night in the festival, and every time it will be different. And it is a full accompanied band as well. So the cast, I think, is about 6 people. And essentially what they do is they ask the audience at the start to shout out names of a new musical. From that, the audience then vote on which one they want to watch. So we got Hannibal Lecter Goes Vegan, which was very funny. And if you're a fan of, or not a fan of Hannibal, I've not seen much of the content. It was still very enjoyable. The cast were amazing. And yeah, it is just one of those super funny shows and amazing to watch in the moment as they improvise this full show for 1 hour. And then after that, I went to see Shit-Faced Shakespeare's Macbeth. And Shit-Faced Shakespeare is a company I've wanted to see for a while, but they're super hard to get tickets for in the Fringe. So this year I got my tickets super early. Got to see them. So for those of you who don't know what the concept is, they stage a cut down version of Shakespeare play. This year it was Macbeth, and they are 6 professionally and classically trained Shakespearean actors, and the only difference in this show is one of them gets chosen to get drunk before the show and drinks during the show, and the other 5 actors need to act around this and try to make the show progress. It was very funny, again 1 hour long. I would highly recommend it. It's a different cast member gets drunk every night as far as I'm aware, so even if you're a fan of Macbeth, the show can be carried in a completely different way every night. And yeah, it was very funny, very entertaining, and definitely the right fit for the Fringe Festival. So that's about it I'm going to cover in this video. Again, I'll be going to see a lot more shows over the Fringe Festival, so I will keep you updated and give suggestions. And please check out my Facebook page and Twitter, where I'll be giving sort of bite-sized reviews of all the shows that I see, some which will not be covered in videos. And if you have any suggestions about shows that I need to see, if you're in a show and would like me to come along, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. Every year I want to see more and more, so yeah, just let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.